Farmer Boy tells the story of Almanzo Wilder, a young boy growing up on a farm in New York State in the 1860s. Unlike the adventures of Laura in the Little House series, this book explores Almanzo's life from a farm boy's perspective. Almanzo's world revolves around family, farming, animals, and the changing seasons, with each chapter showcasing the daily struggles and joys of rural farm life. The book opens with a vivid description of Almanzo's family farm. Almanzo lives with his parents, James and Angeline Wilder, and his siblings Royal, Eliza Jane, and Alice. The family farm is large and prosperous, with many different types of crops, animals, and chores to be managed. At the start of spring, there is much excitement as the ground thaws, and the family begins preparing for planting. The hard work starts immediately, with each family member having a specific task. Almanzo is eager to help but is often reminded by his father that he is still too young to work with the large horses, despite his longing to do so. His father carefully instructs him in various farm tasks, such as caring for the cows, feeding the animals, and eventually plowing the fields. One important plot detail involves Almanzo's love for the horses. He is fascinated by the family's big, strong workhorses, but his father refuses to let him handle them, explaining that it's dangerous for someone so young. This becomes a running theme throughout the book, Almanzo's impatience to prove he's ready for adult responsibilities. The family also starts preparing the fields for planting. Almanzo learns how to plant corn, a vital crop for the farm. His father teaches him how to properly space the seeds and cover them with dirt. And Almanzo feels proud to contribute to the family's work. There is also the care of the animals, particularly the cows, which need special attention as they give birth to calves during the spring. Almanzo finds this both exciting and challenging, especially when one of the cows gets into trouble. As summer arrives, the farm becomes even busier. Almanzo works hard alongside his siblings, but his focus remains on the horses. His father still won't let him drive the team, so Almanzo takes solace in raising his own pair of calves, Star and Bright. He begins training them to pull a sled, teaching them to obey commands. This is a major achievement for Almanzo as it allows him to feel independent and capable. The Wilder family also spends time harvesting crops like potatoes and pumpkins, which require careful attention. Almanzo is involved in all these tasks, learning the value of hard work and responsibility. There are many descriptions of the various foods the family grows, including the enormous meals that Almanzo loves, with fresh vegetables, meats, and homemade pies. The highlight of the summer for Almanzo is the Independence Day celebration. The entire Wilder family heads to town for the festivities, which include horse races, games, and a grand parade. Almanzo is particularly excited about the horse races and dreams of one day racing his own horses. However, he's still too young, and his father reminds him that patience is key. One key plot detail involves the family's preparation for the county fair, an annual event that is central to farm life. Almanzo helps with growing and selecting the best crops to enter into the fair. The entire family works together to prepare pies, cakes, and jams for competition. Almanzo dreams of winning first prize with his pumpkins, which he has carefully nurtured all season long. His dream comes true when his pumpkins are awarded a ribbon, filling him with pride. Fall brings the harvest season, which is one of the busiest times on the farm. Almanzo is involved in gathering crops, threshing wheat, and storing food for the winter. The family works from dawn to dusk, ensuring that enough food is stored to last through the cold months. One major event during the fall is the corn harvest. Almanzo's father trusts him with planting and harvesting his own field of corn. This is a big responsibility for a young boy, and Almanzo is determined to do it well. He carefully tends to his corn, making sure each stalk is straight and tall. When the time comes to harvest, Almanzo is proud of his work, and his father praises him for a job well done. The Wilder family also makes preparations for the colder months by preserving food. Almanzo helps his mother make jams and preserves, and there are detailed descriptions of the family's large meals. The family's focus on self-sufficiency is evident in these scenes as they prepare for the long winter ahead. Almanzo also gets the chance to help his father with the sheep shearing process. His father shows him how to carefully remove the wool without harming the sheep, a delicate and skilled task. Almanzo is excited to learn these new skills, feeling more grown up with each new responsibility. Winter is a quieter time on the farm, but there are still plenty of chores to be done. The family stays warm in their cozy house, and Almanzo enjoys the time spent indoors. eating hearty meals and listening to stories by the fire. However, the animals still need care, and Almanzo helps with feeding and watering them every day. One of the main events of the winter is the ice harvesting process. The Wilder family, along with their neighbors, cuts large blocks of ice from a frozen pond. Almanzo helps load the heavy blocks onto a sled, which are then stored in an ice house. This ice will be used to keep food cool during the summer months, a necessity before the invention of refrigerators. Almanzo finds the ice harvesting both exciting and exhausting. Christmas is a special time in the Wilder household. The family celebrates with a large feast, including roasted meat, pies, and cakes. Almanzo and his siblings exchange homemade gifts, and they are excited to receive small presents from their parents, such as new mittens or sleds. During the winter, Almanzo also attends school, but he doesn't enjoy it as much as working on the farm. He finds the lessons boring and is often distracted by thoughts of his animals or the upcoming spring planting. However, his father insists that education is important, and Almanzo continues to go to school, despite his protests. As the snow melts and spring arrives once again, Almanzo's excitement for farm work returns. He is now a year older and more experienced, and his father begins to trust him with more responsibilities. One of the key moments in the story is when Almanzo is finally allowed to work with the family's horses. His father sees that he is mature enough to handle the animals, and Almanzo is thrilled to finally achieve his dream. The book ends on a hopeful note, with Almanzo looking forward to the future. He dreams of owning his own farm one day and working with horses, just like his father. Throughout the book, Almanzo's journey from a young boy to a responsible, hardworking young man is evident as he learns the importance of patience, perseverance, and family. Like and subscribe to Bedtime Stories in 10 minutes.